Alright, good Wednesday morning. June 15th. Putting on napalm anhydrous. I'm over to Scotty's 80 acres. I just finished the Boot of Italy farm, as I call it, that 50 acres. I don't know, I just didn't turn the camera on. Sorry. But it's been interesting. This is my third time around the headland. And so far I saw a decent buck run across the field way over there. Good 6 inches above his head already, which for this time of year, that's pretty impressive. Damn near just ran over on the headland out back at the other end, a fawn, because it's hard to see them little bastards. And they'll just lay there right till the last minute when the tire was just about on it. So, yeah, it's been an eventful morning so far. And I'm about out for this applicator, so I'm waiting for Barb and Chelsea to grab my truck and tank from the other farm and bring it over here. So, but we're making progress. Good timing. There's the wife with my truck and the tank, and you just can't see, but on the other side is Chelsea driving the new truck instead of the Terrain. Figured she'd be driving the Terrain. So that's good, because I'm about empty. Maybe a couple more passes. But good timing, wife. Now I'm sure Chelsea will be going home and swimming with her friends, because it's hot. The only problem with it being hot today and tomorrow is the fact that tonight we have a chance of thunderstorms, and tomorrow we have a chance of thunderstorms, and then about 4 good days after that. Yeah, well, let's just hope it's not one of them 2-inch thunderstorms, because those suck. And it'll take 2 or 3 of those 4 good days in a row, look, they're waving, to be able to get dry enough to get back on the fields again. Which is why you see some of the yellow spots in the fields, because we've had more than enough moisture. Yeah, we could go a couple weeks without any. So this is what too much rain definitely does for you, these low areas. Hopefully the anhydrous will bring some of it out and make something out of it, but then you get out of the low areas and it starts looking better, obviously. But that's what, you know, almost 6 inches of rain in the last 18 days or whatever, 19 days, whatever it's been, less than 3 weeks. That's what too much rain does for you. But we'll see how it turns out. I mean, I think as long as we don't get, you know, massive amounts of rain to drown those spots out again, that they'll amount to something. They're obviously not going to amount to what, you know, something that looks nice and green like that is, but it'll be what it'll be. Well, I'm back. I was actually going to take you with me to go get the other nurse tank, but I left the camera in the tractor, so you didn't get to go. It's flipping hot out, so I'm sitting in here while it fills. We're up to about 30%. I showed you how it filled the other day. It's also starting to get windy, which tells me that storm is probably coming. It's, what is it? A little before, not quite 3. So they say tonight after dark, but we actually had a dark cloud go through and a few sprinkles happened a little while ago. But south side of the road over there is done. Now I got this north side of the road, which this one big field right here is 40 acres. And then down over the hill over there is, I don't know what it is, 10 or 11 acres. No, a little more than that, I don't know. There's 80 acres total here. So, I don't think we'll get it all done before the rain comes. I'm hoping it's not a lot of rain, like I said, because once this nurse tank's empty, then I gotta go fill them both. And that's about a 40-45 minute, 40 minute probably for each tank. So I'm gonna waste a good hour and a half. going back to the farm, filling, and I'm good 3 miles away from the farm, something like that. But, so we will be back at it here shortly. We're now above, almost right at 40%. So I'm starting my headlands around the big field here. You can see, looking at the weeds from when I sprayed the other day, they're starting to die. But I wear those neoprene gloves right there when you're filling and whatnot, because the best way, for those of you non-farmers that don't know anything about anhydrous, best way to describe it is it's kind of like propane. It's got that freeze burn to it. I could feel the coldness on my finger through the glove, but it didn't burn me because I got the applicator just a touch fuller than what I'd like to. In other words, it's very full, because I kind of slipped trying to get up on the nurse tank to turn the valve off. Yeah, so, but I mean, this shit's dangerous if you're an idiot. I think I did a video last year where I called it something like that. But if you pay attention and do things right, it's a very safe and effective, in my opinion, the most effective form of putting on nitrogen. But it can freeze burn the shit out of you, in plain English. So I'm sitting there filling my applicator. I got that 10-acre field and maybe 4 or 5 acres left in that big field here at Scotty's. And whoops, come on. Going through my comments in the last video, answering some of you guys while I'm sitting here waiting for it to fill. Last night we lucked out. Who just texted me? Kevin. Last night we lucked out, and the thunderstorm that rolled through, I don't know, sometime late night, you know, like after midnight, I slept through it. Barb said it woke her up. But we got a little under 2 tenths. I'm calling it 0.15 in the rain gauge. So it's, what time is it? It is 10:30 right now. I don't know, I got over here an hour ago. I had to fill the nurse tank. It's dry enough to go. This afternoon scares me because they're talking, I don't know if you can tell looking at the corn, you know, and the wind is whipping pretty good now. It's supposed to storm this afternoon because that cold front's coming through, where it's only going to be freaking high of like 68 over the weekend. Yeah, we need that instead of heat. They're talking 50-60 mile an hour winds, could be severe thunderstorms. God, let's hope not. So after I get this done, I'm going to that farm 4 or 5 miles south of me and start on that and do whatever I can do. I got a meeting tonight at 5:30, and if it doesn't rain a lot, tomorrow night is Chelsea's graduation, so tomorrow is cut short. So, but we'll see. It is what it is at this point. half done with this field. Just had to stop because I had a knife that the tube broke out of the back of it. So the knife still had some life left to it, but you know, so now we got a brand new one where there's 3 other used ones, but it'll work. Just screws you up for changing them all at the same time. But so I'm about half done with this field. Same thing here. You can see, you know, low areas where the water stood, but, or not necessarily water stood, but just was too damn wet. But hopefully this pulls it out of it, a lot of it at least. The field across from my shop, a lot of the yellow is pretty much gone, so anhydrous' help, that's for sure. As you can see, it's still quite windy, actually getting windier, because it's, I don't know, 1:30 now. Another hour or 2 is when chance of the storm is coming. So I'll be done here. Don't know if we'll be going anywhere else, but so I'm just gonna call it a video. I mean, it is what it is. So we'll see you in the next one. All right, so we're not done with this video. I'm back home. We got a little rainstorm. It wasn't much. Filling nurse tanks. 2 things, all right? Those of you new, if you haven't checked out a live stream, you might want to leave now, because this is going to be live stream cough. I don't give a fuck. I try to keep it off the normal part of the channel, but I don't give a fuck. For you fucking ignorant, dumb fucks out there who think running over snapping turtles, you know, half the size or the size of that fucking rim, like you couldn't see it, you think that's funny? You're a complete fucking ignorant asshole. Because coming back from the field, the farm I was just at, when Barb was moving me, yeah, we found one. That big or bigger. Not like you didn't see it there, fuckhead, whoever ran it over. Second thing, I've been putting the anhydrous on a little heavy in some fields, some spots. As you can see by that field, if you compare it to a few weeks ago, a lot of the yellow spots are coming out of it now that it's drying up a little and it's got the extra N on it. So I might run out of, I might not have enough in that tank to finish all of my corn. So I texted my anhydrous guy and he said, yeah, you know, check with me before you were to come with a nurse tank to fill it. We're supposed to get more in on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, what's the price? $1,650 a ton. Now, listen. That tank right there that I filled for my 2021 crop last year, I paid $375 a ton for that anhydrous. In September or October of last year, sometime in the fall, I refilled that tank and it was up to $750 a ton. So from 2021 to now, basically a year's time, it has gone up 4.5 times. It doubled between, you know, 2021 and then fall of 2021 when I refilled it. But 4.5 times. So then he called me because I was like, holy fuck. And he's like, hey, don't blame me, which I don't. I have a great relationship with my anhydrous people. But, I mean, you think food inflation's bad now? You ain't got a fucking clue. Not a fucking clue. So, I don't give a fuck if my mother had voted for Biden, which she didn't. She voted for Trump. I don't give a fuck if my wife, I don't give a fuck who didn't vote for Trump, because that's the way I'm going to put it. So if your feelings were hurt by mean tweets and oh, he's a mean orange man, if what's going on in this motherfucking country right now you think is fucking great, I don't give a fuck if you ever speak to me again, if you're my best friend, whatever. I don't fucking care, because you're a complete fucking moron, because you didn't want your feelings hurt anymore. Wake the fuck up and realize what the fucking Democratic Party is doing to this country. They want, we talk about slavery. Oh my goodness, you know, slavery, horrible thing. What the fuck do you think you all are right now? This is exactly what the Democratic Party wants. Every motherfucker in this country to be dependent on them. So when they take everything you got, because you can't even afford to get to the fucking grocery store, because for the first time in the history of this country, we hit $5 a gallon national average. Well, guess what? $6 a gallon is right around the corner. So, and fucking food prices, and you know what? They want to price us out the next year. I'm sorry, don't eat, because I'm not going to lose my fucking ass putting shit in the ground to feed people. So, wake the fuck up, people. I mean, we're not in a dire straight financial situation here, personally, because we've done fairly well for ourselves. But it doesn't take long of this bullshit right here because of stupid motherfuckers who got their feelings hurt. So, that's the end of my fucking, that's the end of this video. There's my fucking rant that normally would go on a live stream. I'm sure will be on the next live stream, but I could give a flying fuck if any of you that didn't vote for Trump because your feelings were hurt ever speak to me again. I'll still sleep at night and I'll sleep like a fucking baby.